everybody, including our guests, presenters, and early childhood supporters for a full day of learning and networking. I'm Trisha, proud board member of the Alliance for Early Childhood since 2010, superintendent of the Winnetka Public Schools, and most importantly, mother of 2 girls, 8 and 6. So very excited to be here today. Before I turn the podium over to Liza Sullivan, our executive director, I have the privilege of going through some of the logistics for today, so which I know is very important. First is that our attendance exceeded our expectations, which is fabulous. We have over 170 participants registered today, which is pretty incredible. With that, the key is going to be flexibility. So after our welcome here, we will have our keynote address, and then we will venture off into one of 3 concurrent sessions going on. So we wanted to make sure that you had choice. We also recognize that we needed to offer each session twice, so that if you can't make one session, you'll be able to make another. And then of course, we're also videotaping each of our sessions and posting those online. So there's a lot of access and opportunity to what we have here today. So there are 2 main locations as far as where we are hosting those sessions. So we have the sessions here with Chip Donahue, and then we have some sessions right across the hall. And then for our hands-on sessions, you are able to head back to the annex area, which is, put your coats back on, and head all the way back towards the main entrance, and you'll exit through the main entrance and turn directly to your right, and the annex area will be right there. And we do have leaders. Oh, thank you, Paige is holding up the sign. So we do have facilitators and leaders who will help after the sessions, help guide you to where you need to go at the annex. Each session has room, with the exception for the auditorium here, each session has room for about 50 to 60 participants. So you can do the math there. We want to be as equally distributed as possible. So please make sure that you have a plan B in case your room is full. And again, we have each session, or most sessions are offered twice, and we have the videotape option. Very important is in your folder you have a number of goodies, one of which is an exit slip. We have 3 of them actually that's got the head, heart, and foot. And each session is going to have a facilitator or 2 to collect those exit slips at the end of each session. So you probably want it out while you are in your session so that you can you take that time to fill that out as you are listening, and then hand it to your facilitator, because we are going to use your feedback. It's very responsive here today. We're going to use your feedback today to help close the summit. So it's very important that you not only complete that at the end of each session, you turn it in, and then we are going to incorporate your feedback and ideas to help close the summit, to make it very tailored to your experiences and to your feedback. A couple of other things, we want to make sure that you are able to earn credentials today towards your certification. So we have both CPDU credit and Gateway credit. For Gateway credit, for those of you that applies to, we have labels that we will distribute at the end of each session. So as you exit, you'll turn in your exit slip, and you will also gain a label for that session, so you can put it on your form and turn it in at the end of the day to get your certificate. For CPDUs, we do at the end of today's summit, the certificate station will be where the registration was today, this morning. You'll be able to stop back there to get your certificate, so you have that on file and can use today for those credits. We also have a delightful lunch at the beautiful room. The lunchroom is directly behind us here. So you want to go down what I'm calling Orchid Aisle. It's very pretty. Head down Orchid Aisle here, and then turn left, and you will see the lunchroom is right there, as well as the women's restrooms. The men's restrooms are to your right after you go down Orchid Aisle. Trying to see here. During lunch, we also would like some people to volunteer to be interviewed. We have a tech team here today. We'd like to ask some questions of attendees so that we can put together a little video. So please, if you'd like to avail yourself to be interviewed about today and about your experiences and your thoughts about early childhood education, we'd like you to participate in that as well. So again, what an amazing day. We're very excited. A lot of planning went into today, and it's already far exceeded our expectations. and such a beautiful site here. So I'd like to turn this over now to Liza Sullivan, our Executive Director of the Alliance.
Thank you so much, Trisha. And the idea for today's summit was Trisha's, and we're so grateful to her for her partnership and all her hard work in formulating today's program. My name is Liza Sullivan, and I'm the Executive Director of the Alliance for Early Childhood, and it is such a pleasure, after so many months of planning, to be here today and to be able to welcome you to our inaugural Preschool Kindergarten Summit. I know some of you are members of the Alliance family. However, some of you, this might be your first Alliance program, so I just want to take a moment to introduce ourselves to you. The Alliance is a community organization in the New Trier Township, and we are comprised of educators and parents and other community leaders working together to protect childhood. Our organization is concerned about the growing pressures and demands within early learning environments and how our nation's earlier is better philosophy is impacting professionals' practice, especially in the kindergarten and preschool years. So today's summit and next week's summit synopsis are designed to create a community dialogue addressing those concerns in the New Trier Township and beyond. Assembled here today are some of the nation's leading experts who are going to share research-based best practices, helping us to protect young children's right to grow and learn in developmentally appropriate ways. Today, as Trisha mentioned, is extraordinary. We have reached our capacity for this new event. We are 180 early childhood educators from over 60 different schools and organizations. Together, we represent many different perspectives, including preschool and kindergarten teachers, administrators, policymakers, museum educators, mental health providers, parents, and other community leaders from organizations such as Loyola University Law School, the Office of Senator Mark Kirk, the Ounce of Prevention Fund, and the Dolores Cole Education Foundation. Most of us work here in the New Trier Township, while we welcome others from across the North Shore, into Chicago, and even as far as Greenwich, Connecticut. We also welcome Marcia Cox-Mitchell, who's the Deputy Executive Director from the National Association for the Education of Young Children, who traveled from Washington, D.C. to join us today. We are so grateful for her participation. During the breakout sessions and during lunch, I encourage you to take time to meet new colleagues since we have such a diverse and incredible audience assembled here today. And in your packet is a list of contact information in hopes that that sets the foundation for future collaboration and communication. We also hope that today will inspire you both individually and collectively to advocate for more play-based and balanced approaches in learning education. On the summit page of the Alliance's website, you will find resources shared by today's facilitators, including PowerPoint slides, handouts, book lists, articles, and soon videos of the different sessions. We hope that these can serve as tools so you can continue to share today's messages with others. Now, as Trisha mentioned, we have been planning today's event since last spring, and I would like to take a moment to recognize our incredible planning committee. So once I read your name, please stand so we can recognize you. Blakely Bundy, Paige Gettle, and Gina Matthews from the Alliance for Early Childhood. Heather Burns from Northfield Community Nursery School. And we hold our applause to the end and then we can acknowledge them. Joan Duffy from Rose Hall Montessori School. Deborah Gaetano from Glencoe Junior Kindergarten and Nursery School. Kathy Hardy from Winnetka Community Nursery School. Trisha Kocanda, Maureen Miller, and Kate Hughes from the Winnetka Public Schools. Tracy McDowell from Joseph Sears School, and Chris Zeman from St. Francis Xavier School. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. I also want to thank Gina and Devin Matthews, as well as the Winnetka Public Schools, for their generous support in underwriting today's event. The Alliance also wants to acknowledge our gratitude to our annual sponsors, including AYSO Region 425, the Center of Talent Development at Northwestern University, and William Blair, the Winnetka Park District, and the Winnetka Public Schools. It is now my great pleasure to introduce Eileen Prendergast, who is the Director of Education here at Chicago Botanic Gardens. We are so fortunate to be able to host this event in such a beautiful, professional space, and we have Eileen to thank for this. She has been an instrumental partner in coordinating today's event, and I want to publicly thank her for all her hard work, as well as allow her a few moments to share with you some of the exciting new news in terms of early learning initiatives that are happening here at the garden.
Thank you so much, Liza. And I want to also thank all of you for being here today. It's an honor to host this inspiring day of conversation and collaboration about best practices in early childhood education with and for this amazing group of experts and educators. I want to thank the Alliance for Early Childhood for being such a supportive partner for the Chicago Botanic Gardens on our journey to enhance and expand our early childhood programs. Through our relationship with them, as well as the support of fellow educators like yourselves, dedicated parents, and generous funders, we have grown our existing programs for early childhood over the last 7 years for programs like teacher professional development, our summer camp, and caregiver child activities. Following in the groundwork laid by these programs, I'm pleased to announce that we will be opening a nature preschool this September on our new Regenstein Learning Campus, which some of you may have seen the construction as you entered on Lake Cook Road today. Our nature preschool will be a play and place-based program where at least half of the class time will be spent outside in our outdoor classroom as well as on garden grounds, and in which nature play is central to all elements of the curriculum. I'm excited by this development, both for the community and for the garden, as well as personally thankful because my youngest child, Jack, will be one of the students in our 3-year-old program. The Learning Campus will also serve as a primary location for many other garden education programs, such as our student field trips, adult continuing education and wellness programs, and scout and family programs. And in addition to the new building, the campus will also feature a garden for opportunities for self-directed play in nature, such as running up and rolling down undulating grass mounds, climbing up boulders and through logs, hiding in a willow tunnel, building and exploring with loose parts like sticks, pine cones, leaves, and rocks, and splashing in a fingers and toes water feature. Ann Halley is our new early childhood coordinator, and she will directly oversee the operations of the preschool as well as serve as the primary teacher. She is in the back of the room. I want to introduce her to you all today. And if any of you are interested in taking a peek at the work in progress on the campus, she is going to take a group over at the end of the day today at about 2:45. So if you'd like to join her, she'll just be meeting at the top of the stairs right across from where you checked in and registered this morning. So it'll probably be about a 5-minute walk, so dress warmly.
Yes.
And finally, I would like to share with all of you that to celebrate the opening of the campus, one of our opening events is an educator open house, which will be Monday, September 12th, after school and into the evening, and I hope that you will all join us there. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day today, learning and sharing and collaborating. I'm so excited to be able to share this with you all. Thank you so much.